The internet is a part of our lives, but some people are left out. Hello and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Terry Hardesty. Joining me to talk about this is Cami Griffiths. She is the Executive Director of the Community Technology Network. So thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me.
It's easy to be left out. Things change so fast, and then there's the elderly population that just wants to learn the first bit, and then there's the younger population that just keeps going with the newest fad. So you've got the wide range.
Wide range, right, from the digital natives to the digital immigrants, as they call them, and how can we tie them together, or how can we help people move their skills along so they not only have the basic skills of how do I get online safely, use email, Facebook, Skype, Google, all these things, like we're used to talking about them on our day-to-day basis as business people, but when you're talking about someone who's an immigrant who really doesn't use the internet, there's still a lot of people who've never been online. They don't have it at home, they can't afford it, and if they go to the library, sure, they can access it there, which is a great resource, but if they don't have the skills, then how do they interact with it? Even just using the mouse is confusing.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I was at the library and people were lined up to use the computer, and I thought, wow, I thought everybody had a computer. And it was interesting to see that there are people that probably don't know how to use it and don't have it at home.
Exactly, and having a computer, there's cost involved. It breaks, how do you get it fixed? The ongoing monthly cost for the internet is a challenge for some folks. I mean, Comcast has the Internet Essentials, which is a great program for sure, but it's not available to older adults. So how do we make more affordable internet for older adults? But if they do want to choose not to have the internet at home, which some people just don't want that responsibility, then have them go to the library where they can access training. So we actually have a partnership with the Oakland Public Library. We train 20 young people each year to go into the libraries for 2 hours a week and answer questions that patrons have on the computer.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's called the Ready, Set, Connect program, and both the young people are helping the community, getting to know the members there, but at the same time they're getting professional development. So 2 additional hours a week, they learn resume writing, cover letters, social media, web design, graphic design. So it's an 8-month program, and that's wrapping up in about a month. So that's a really cool program that we have with the Oakland Public Library. And then on the other side of the bay, we have the San Francisco SF Connected program with the Department of Aging. So we have volunteers of all ages, 70 of them right now, in senior centers.
That's a lot.
30 of them are around San Francisco. So we're providing.
So they kind of go in and see what the elderly people may want to, but they just don't. They don't know how or how to reach out. Yeah.
Right, or they come in with a tablet. They say, my daughter gave this to me. I don't know how to use it. And the swipe thing, they'll poke at it. It's not intuitive. As much as developers think the things they're making are intuitive, they're not always intuitive for someone who's not ever used, or maybe they were doing word processing in the DOS era and they've never really used a mouse. And so we've had we do needs assessments with our partners, and we figure out what do the folks need so we can craft programming around it. And we've had older adults fill out the form and say, well, I've done data entry, but it was data entry in the 80s. So the world is totally different now. I mean, sure, they've got great keyboarding skills, which is a huge barrier in and of itself, but if they don't know how to use a mouse, if they don't know how to double click, click and drag, all this terminology that we just say and use every day, it's all new and very confusing.
Right, so this really, how many people have you gotten on, do you know?
We know that we've served over 500 unique users in San Francisco over the last year. And then in general, we've provided 8,000 training hours through our network of trainers.
You're doing great work out there. Thank you so much for coming down here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Cami Griffiths, Executive Director, Community Technology Network. And this is Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Terry Hardesty. Thanks for watching.